Are you guys ready? How about, you know what? You guys can throw it in there. You guys are the ones that built the dang thing. I don't want this to touch anything. Well, I guess you could probably set the speakers in it first. You know, we've got the length. Why don't you pull it out? Just pull it out to the edge here. Yeah.
What's that? A little hot?
Okay, I don't want this to, I'm trying not to let this touch anything.
Set it out inside, and I'll bring it downside.
I'm trying to let that touch anything. I'm being paranoid about it because well, you can, yeah, but I don't want to touch anything metal on the car. Yeah, but then you fry electrical equipment and stuff, and then it's like, it just creates a whole bunch more problems. Shall we?
It's good. It's pretty self-explanatory. Small one goes for a small paddle, big one for the big paddle.
Yes, sir. All right, we're gonna try it.
One of these wires basically ties to that one.
Yeah. I saw how you wired them, yeah. And it should be perfect. Okay, so.
Now, hang on, one thing I want to do real quick, just to see something. What are you with it?
Ohms?
Yep. I want to see what the ohms are coming out of those primary power lines.
Okay.
Just see.
Okay, ohms, and then, okay, teachable moment. Ohms, can you explain it or no?
I'm going to do my best.
Okay.
So, what you basically have with speakers, to try to run them parallel, you've got dual port sides.
Right.
So this one, basically what it's stating is where it's four ohm system, 4 on one, 4 on the other. 4 on one side, 4 on the other. Put them together, you would total
12.
12.
16.
Or 16, yes, thank you.
Just messing with you.
So where we run them in sequence like that, the wiring really comes down to kind of the scientific math of it, is the more you run wires to kind of run parallel-wise, it, in theory, should drop your ohms down, hopefully, to 8. We're at 15. So it's still playing on the high side. Your amp should be able to handle that, no problem. I think yours showed 16 or more.
I can look at the spec, but
this,
I got that amp specifically to wire both of these in parallel.
Yes.
So it would run it.
So ideally, we want to go lower. We want to be able to run, and we can kind of tweak some of the wiring if we want to run the ohms down lower. Just helps with overall performance, prevents us from overheating, and just more efficiency out of it. So that's why I was saying, you know, some of these amps have connectors like what your power port over here has.
Yeah.
Where you can actually, it's easier to screw wires into it, multiple wires going into one.
So this is 15 ohms right now. That's too high.
Higher than I would want. I would like to get it down.
So what would happen
half.
if we, bear with me. Okay.
Oh, trust me, like I told you, this has been 30 years since I've done one of these. So
what happens if we take off the jumper?
The jumper is what, in theory, is.
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
So the jumper is supposed to help bring it down. We can try that and see what our ohms does on it, and then run the parallel.
So if I just unplug.
Right now, yeah.
So now we got
So
nothing.
that kind of dropped to nothing. So it's not connected. Now, however, that being said, if we do one, we need to try the
We should do the other one. Yeah, you're right. I got you. I follow. Here, let me move this over. No change.
Nothing. Okay, so the jumper is.
Unless-
our animal.
So we put the jumper back on,
Yeah.
and we're at 15 again.
Now, actually, hang on a second. Oh, that might be part of our problem. We need to pull the amp wires out of that because it's feeding off the amp as well.
Oh,
I didn't think about that.
no, you're good.
May make a difference.
See? See, this is why we double check things.
Electrical is always tricky with these things.
I got you. Okay.
We usually bolt everything down before we check it, so we have to bolt it back off.
Yeah. So why would you put it on once when we can take it on and off 3 or 4 times?
Yeah.
Okay, so my reading is still
15.
Still 15. Okay. So the next thing we can try to do is I can look up a couple things, see if we want to solder some wiring to kind of do a different jump system to kind of drop our ohms down. That's why I brought the soldering kit in case we need.
Is it worth hooking everything up now just to see what kind of performance we get out of it?
Absolutely, yeah. There's nothing wrong with doing that.
Let's try that. 'Cause if we get it thumping, okay, so Forrester Gump, his name is Forrester Gump, but Jeff's been calling him Forrester Thump since, you know, they built the box and everything, so. For today, it's Forrester Thump, okay?
Thank you for humoring my.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't say that. We can go and try.
Let's just see what happens.
Because the nice thing is your amp has control settings on it.
It does. There's a bunch of dials and stuff over
We
there.
can tweak some things around this thing and see if we want to adjust.
Phillips screwdriver, please.
Is anyone comfortable?
we tried it. Just briefly when we first wired it. Do you really? Well, no.
Okay.
Once we get it balanced and everything.
Which Bone Thug song, Jeff?
What's that?
Which Bone Thug song?
Crossroads. That's the one we always used.
All right. What do you think? It does thump. Forrester thump.
There you go.
That was all him.
See, it's not the wires inside causing that, because those are bolted down.
Causing
All
the
way
what?
across.
That vibration?
They have a little bit of vibration.
Well, these also aren't bolted down.
Yeah, I'm hoping that'll make a difference. We'll test it after the fact.
Yeah.
I was trying to hold them down pretty
It
tight.
also could just be the car.
It could be the car.
I mean, it is.
Something back here was
It is.
causing a
It is
vibration.
20 years old.
Okay.
Shall we?
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
Well, we don't want to slide in place. We need to adjust and clear
Yeah,
these
and
wires.
I want to put the
Oh, okay.
back underneath it.
That's fine. So we'll
Just so
take
it's-
this out. That way we can shorten this cable up.